All right, guys, we got Tim rolling in right here, getting ready to talk about his car. Man, this thing, listen to this. Woo, that thing sounds good. Hey guys, welcome back to Front Seat Driver. My name is Jason. Today we're starting a new series with Corvettes and Corvette owners. We're gonna talk to them and talk about their car. We're gonna take it out for a ride. Today we're starting with my friend Tim, who bought his car right here at Corvette World. So we're gonna check out his car, so everybody stay tuned. What do you guys think of this blue? One of the best blues I've ever seen on a Corvette. All right guys, so we are here with my friend Tim. You guys all know Tim, he's been in a lot of my videos, but this is Tim, Dad's Garage. Go follow him on YouTube. We're gonna take a quick second. We're gonna talk a little bit about his new C6 Corvette. First of all, what color is this, Tim?
This is Jetstream Blue.
Jetstream Blue, that's right. Actually, now I remember, and it's amazing how much different in different lights that this thing looks. This is absolutely a beautiful spec, and you posted this on Instagram yesterday, and everybody commented on how much they love this color, and it is magnificent. What's funny is I'm looking at it in the video. It's a darker looking blue than what I'm seeing here in person, which is really weird. But one thing I noticed that you have on here is the ZR1 wheels.
Yes, yes. And I got it here from Corvette World. It had the ZR1 wheels already on it. So
Corvette World, this is where Tim purchased the car. So when we talk about we like Corvette World, it's not just pretend. We've all done business with Corvette World, and there's Sue-Ann right there. Everybody,
she took care of me so good.
Yeah, she was fantastic. She's always great with people. But one thing that people will love is you have chrome wheels instead of black or some other color.
Yeah, and that's kind of a weird story a little bit, because when I was working out the deal with Sue-Ann, I was desperately trying to get her to trade for some black wheels. So desperately trying to do that, and because I just don't like chrome wheels. But
there are colors that it works with. Like we've talked about this before. I know everybody goes, "Oh, why did you get black on your car?" Well, because the wheels I had on there, I felt like did not go with yellow. Blue is one of those colors. This looks incredible. Like I'm not saying black would not look good, because I'm sure black would look excellent, but this chrome looks fantastic with
it just works with this color. I don't know why, but.
And in part, you have ways to tie it in. I like colors, I like things to be tied in. And with the chrome badge on the Grand Sport, I feel like it makes it work. Now, if that badge was black, I would probably think chrome wheels would not work.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. The funny thing is, I've had so many comments about the color, but I've had more comments about the chrome wheels looking so good with this car.
Yes,
it's really
our conversations. You've definitely mentioned, you're like, man, I want to change it, but everybody's like, it looks great.
Yeah.
One thing we want to talk about is you changed out the badging on here.
I did, yeah. That's one of the first things I did. I changed out the badging. I don't like that factory badging on the car. I don't know. As a matter of fact, you know, the factory badging has pins on the back to align the badges. And I would have completely debadged the front had I not had the holes there still.
Right. So since they had the holes, like so there's a hole here and a hole here where they
there's two holes like right in there, to
hold it in place, as opposed to the current double-side tape that everybody's installing with now. Let's look at, there's one in the back also, correct?
Yes,
Okay. Let's check that one out. I mean, obviously it's going to be the same, but just to give everybody some perspective as to what it looks like, as opposed to chrome, which would look like this.
Yes.
One of the great things about Corvette World is you can always find what you're looking for in a car. So
exactly.
I went from that to this right here. I definitely think that stealth badge looks much better. Let's talk about that other change that you made to the inside. And the great thing about this car is that it is a manual transmission.
It is.
It is. I know you wanted to get back to a manual.
I really did.
You had the C7 Z06 and it was an auto, but check this out. 6-speed manual, just like in the Z06, and this is an LG shifter.
It's LG Motorsports.
LG Motorsports shifter. The thing that he switched though is this is an OEM shifter knob and boot. What was in there before was just the, it looked like the joystick style, I don't know what you call it.
Yeah,
but
it's competition shifter.
Competition shifter, yes.
Called it, but.
Wasn't a huge fan personally. I know you were not either.
Just saying it's ugly.
It was ugly, so he swapped it out. And if you like that, it's, again, it all goes back to preference, but this brand new one with the blue stitching looks really nice. And check this car out. And again, what year is this?
This is a 10.
It's a 2010. So this is a 12-year-old car, and for that being a 12-year-old car, this inside is still in pretty darn good shape. Was there anything else that you were going to switch on the inside of this? Or are you pretty much keeping it the same?
Well, I am going to do a new console lid
yes.
because it's really dark and it's kind of wavy, and it's just the leather's really
starting to
tired.
Age. Yes, starting to age, much like myself. I see those wrinkles every day.
Yeah.
So that was one thing you were going to switch, but let's pop the hood real quick because you've got some things that have been done in here.
Another thing while we're here is we've done the Pro Clip, you know, and we also, the bigger thing is we changed out the 6 CD changer, and now we have Apple CarPlay, Bluetooth, and a backup camera.
Yes, which is fantastic because I remember when I had Justin's in Pennsylvania driving his red Z06, backing that thing up was not exactly a lot of fun.
No, they got a gigantic butt on them that you really can't see through the glass, and you just cannot judge how far out you are at all. And
I know, I was just backing in at the hotel and I was like, man, I hope I don't back into the curb or anything like that. I got out like 7 times to check. But let's go ahead and pop the hood. All right, Tim, so tell me a little bit about what you've been told has been done all on this car.
Yeah, and this is all confirmed what's been done. I've actually talked to LG Motorsports. They did all the work. So it's got LG Motorsports long tube headers. It's the Pro Series. It's got the full exhaust system and X-Pipe.
Sounds so good.
Yeah, it really does. Carbon fiber air intake, and the car's been tuned for all that. And so we picked up about 60 horsepower by having those things done.
Man, look at that carbon fiber. It is so nice. I know LG does some really good work. Yeah. Really good work. They're a really popular company here in the DFW area for doing a lot of this aftermarket stuff like this.
Yeah, they do a lot of Camaros, Corvettes. The owner of that company is an actual race car driver. So.
Yes. Yeah, we went there a while back and we got to meet several of the people that work there, and it was a lot of fun. But yeah, those 4-inch diameters on the tips, yeah, very, very nice. Makes such a big difference on this car too. One of the best sounding C6s I've seen running around here. All right, and before we take this car out for a ride, there's a couple more mods that he's done. One, I want to have Tim talk about, and he's got a video coming out on this very soon about the side markers.
Yeah, so I went with the smoked to try to keep with that theme, you know, the black and blue sort of theme, other than the chrome wheels. And but anyway, they just look so much better. And I've got a video, like you said, coming on this, that I do the full install and show it. It is the easiest marker light replacement
My
ever.
favorite kind, because the C7s are a big pain in the butt.
Cheap.
Yes.
Too.
So here's like the front ones.
It's about $60.
Not bad. That's
for all 4.
Wow, that
and
is
it took
cheap.
me 10 minutes, literally, to do all 4 of these.
It took us 10 minutes to do the just the tint that we put on mine on my C7.
It took me 10 minutes to do one marker light and tint on the C7.
Exactly. That's really nice. And these are permanent. Like, you know, they're not, you know, you don't have to worry about the tint coming off.
Yeah, and you got LED, so you don't have one little spot where the bulb lights up.
Yeah.
It's a nice strip. They just look clean.
Absolutely. Now, we're going to talk to me. This has always been one of the most important mods. Hello, Sue Ann. And there's Tessa. Contessa. Hi.
Say hi, baby.
Oh, she's so pretty.
Here, everybody.
Most beautiful puppy here. Hey, so one other thing that we're going to talk about is the most important, in my opinion, modification that you can make, or change or addition to your car that you can make. What is that? I know you know.
Expel, of course.
Expel. And who did your install?
That was Expel Dallas.
Exactly, Expel Dallas. That's who Steve and I just used on our C8s, and you guys need to talk to Giovanni. Make sure you mention Vette Syndicate if you're in the DFW area, or you can get your car there. You'll get a discount on your expel, ceramic coating and all. But what all did you have expelled on here?
I had full front clip on this.
Full front clip.
And then they hit some other strategic areas where rock chips are prevalent, like the whole rockers are done at, on both sides.
So on the C6, is it the whole front panel right here, the whole
yeah,
well?
Yeah, I did full clip. So full fenders on both sides, front bumper and full hood.
Okay, so fenders, bumper, hood, and then you said they also did another area.
Yeah, they did rockers down here.
You can barely see that edge right there. So that will keep all those rocks along this edge right here from being damaged.
And then this section right here as well.
Absolutely, which is really a good thing because these tires still stick out. And I know you have the rock guards that help, but you want to prevent any of the extra damage you can.
But this car's actually fixing to go back into Expel Dallas probably January or February here.
Yes.
Because we're going to do the entire car.
Oh, wow.
So
nice. They do a great job. We've been super pleased with them.
Yeah.
So did you have your windows tinted there also?
I did not because...
I think you got those done right away, right?
I did.
Yes.
Yeah. So.
What tint did you go with on here?
I went with the legal limit.
Legal limit.
Yeah.
All right.
I think what is that, 30% or something like that?
Yeah, I forget what Texas. But,
yeah, I think it's 30%.
To me, that's another thing, though, visually that is a huge modification is tinting the windows.
Yeah.
I did not tint mine in my C7 Grand Sport because I had the tension blue interior. I wanted everybody to see it. But at the same time, it took away, in my opinion, from how good the car could look.
I agree, because it really changed the look of this.
Absolutely. All right, so we're going to jump in the car here in just a few minutes and go for a ride.
Sounds great.
I gotta say it's a cold-ish start. I mean, it's been moved. But we're gonna go for a ride. So we're heading out of Corvette World, and like I said, this is a manual C6. And what year are we in again? 2010, yes. It's been a few hours since we actually filmed the first portion. We've been hanging out, talking to different people, but this thing sounds amazing. Can you hear? I love it because in the C8, I literally can't hear anything. Check out that blue, look at that. Such a beautiful color. And the hood. It's definitely loud. Got some nice power too. What is the horsepower in here again?
Well, stock it's 438.
But as it sits now with the different mods?
It's calculated because it's been tuned, so they got the, at the rear wheel, but at the crank it's right about 500.
Okay. But it is loud. And did you put the floor cover in yet?
Yeah, I got the sound dampening stuff back there.
Yeah, it's definitely loud in here.
Yeah. Right when you get 1500 to 2000 RPM.
Yeah.
It's kind of loud.
It definitely is loud. You can start to tell that you're having to kind of talk louder. Woo! I feel it.
I stepped out a little bit too.
I did. I can feel that.